All right. There's something I noticed that is quite peculiar in your county, because in the previous financial year, 2021-2022, you had a budget of 3.17 billion shillings going to development budget. That has come down to 1.9 billion shillings in the current financial year, and that's why it has dropped to 29%. Is there anything particular that was that affected the current financial year?
I think maybe because we were building the hospital last year, and the hospital is finished, and so we can't allocate to that hospital now. Now what we are allocating is more, again, medics and nurses and medicines, because you build, then you have to run the hospital. Right. And now to run it, the expenditures are mostly recurrent. Yeah. We still are going to wait and see how that goes there. We're still doing the costings of how much we will need to run it, but I think that would be one of the things that affects that issue of development. But I don't think that is very accurate, by the way. No,
it's taken from the control of budget. We can on it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so let's talk about, because one of the other complaints has been, since the start of devolution, even while you were the minister, the exchequer releases, the delays. I was looking at the report again, says that for the current financial year, it's only 40 billion shillings that was released to the governance in the first quarter. If you had to calculate from 370, 25% is obviously not 40 billion shillings. How does this affect your running of government and meeting your expenditure targets?
It really affects every county. It's unfortunate. In fact, sometimes we do nothing other than just wait to pay salaries, because by the time the money comes, you're 2 months. The money is 2 months behind schedule. But no worker will understand that they can wait 2 months before they are paid. Like, for example, we are now in February. We have only the other day received money for November. So we haven't received December and January. There is no worker who would have gone for Christmas and come back and gone to work in January, taken their children back to school without a salary. Would have had a complete, total shutdown in the country. So what do we end up doing? The minute you get money, you front load on salaries. But we actually haven't received any money for 2 months, meaning what suffers is that development. And that's why you'll be told no one has spent on development, because by the time the money comes, all you can do is pay salaries. I get about 440 or so million, roughly a month. That is what is, it's not really exactly the same, but it's about that for me.
Okay.
My salary is about 220 something. So if I'm in arrears of 2 months, that's when you pay me, the money can only pay salaries. Do you see? So it's a real challenge. Let me put it that way.
And at the summit, were there any concessions on how to deal with this, knowing that at the national level they're also facing constraints?
Yeah. I think we've just agreed that they try, because we understand that they have to collect the revenue, then give us the revenue, you know, but they have to find a way of making sure that if there's going to be a delay, that it shouldn't be at the county level, especially because of that issue of managing both workers and essential services such as health. Many others you can postpone payment, and that's how we end up with pending bills. You can postpone payment of fuel, of paying contractors, but you cannot suspend salaries. You can't suspend buying medicine or essential commodities for hospitals, for example, or provision of water, you know, or electricity for that matter, because Kenya Power just comes and switches us off, switches off the headquarters, now heads to the hospital. You have to pay, you know, and if you don't pay, you shut down your hospitals and all that. So you prioritize that workers, then bills, water, then electricity, and then there's no money to do anything else. Right. Because by the time the money comes now, it's another...
You touched on